Welcome to Motor News. I am Thomas as always, and today I want to show you the top 10 most unkillable street motorcycles for 2023. These are the bikes you can even buy used, reliable bikes designed by moto engineers, not marketers, and I personally learned to ride one of them. I remember very well that it was already a very tired and damaged bike, but it was doing its job perfectly. Unfortunately, I don't have any photo or video material to show you that. I want to emphasize the fact that this video does not include bikes of such styles as scramblers, adventure bikes, dirt bikes, dual sport motorcycles, which we already know can withstand abnormal loads. You will find only street motorcycles for daily riding. So friends, enjoy the video. Honda Rebel 1100, which is one of the most sophisticated motorcycles of the Japanese motorcycle manufacturer. This particular bike is equipped with a manual gearbox, and I will also say here that the Honda Rebel models, Honda CMX 1100T Rebel, Honda Rebel CMX 1100 DCT, Honda CMX 500 Rebel, Honda Rebel 500 Special Edition, and also Rebel 300 are one family, and absolutely all bikes are distinguished by amazing livability. As for the DCT index, it means an automatic gearbox, and this is the same gearbox that Honda used on its legendary African Twin. But I will still choose the Rebel with the manual transmission because it is much more variable. Another flagship of Honda, CB1000R, which stands out for its compactness, and in my deep belief, it is one of the best street fighters whose quality is in absolute unison compared to its price. And if we compare Honda with the Italian superstar Ducati Street Fighter V2, Street Fighter V4, Street Fighter V4S, and Street Fighter V4 SP2, Honda is technically far behind here. But in terms of durability, Complect is superior to the flagship of Ducati. I personally will be happy to buy even a used CB1000R. The Triumph Bonneville T100 Chrome Edition has been overshadowed by other members of the same Bonneville family, and many of us here make the big mistake of relegating it to the ranks of second-rate bike. The Bonneville T100 has a very reliable suspension system and is quite balanced in its power-to-weight ratio. It is slightly stronger than the Speed Twin 900, and if we compare it to the Bonneville T120, which is a bit more dynamic, then I still prefer the Speed Twin 1200 instead. And as for Triumph Speed 400, it is too early to talk about this bike here. It has not been tasted by time yet, but I am sure Triumph will have kept its quality level here. Another British pair, Triumph Street Triple 765 RS Moto 2 edition, which comes in a limited edition versions, and here Triumph really excelled. Unlike the roadsters of its family, it's quite stable and its weight, power and technical characteristics are in full harmony with the price. And here I would like to agree with the legend that it said about Triumph roadsters: everything can go wrong with the Triumph except the engine, and here it's all kept to minimum because the reason for creating this model is to get as close as possible to the MotoGP traditions. The Italian Ducati Hypermotard 950 RVA, which is considered as the most underrated Ducati motorcycle, and those who have owned it will agree that it withstands abnormal extremes and it's very reliable compared to its competitors, and most importantly its electronic systems almost never fail. Yes, it's a bit difficult to imagine, but it's true. Hypermotard 950 RVE requires the frequent attention and control, but it's a real colossus in its class. A true traditional American Indian shaped bobber dark horse that should be appreciated even more than it's now. The bike, which is simple construction, light frame and air-cooled than giant mountains, its durability for a very long time, and in general members of the Indian shape family stand out for its quality. By the way, Sport Ship, recently arrived from the convoy, is the sport version of the dark horse. I cannot even say much about Suzuki SV650. It was the best and remains the best. I will say directly that despite such flagships as Hayabusa V-Strom 1050D, V-Strom 800D and even the GSX S series here, and even one of the flagships of the Japanese motorcycle manufacturer, the Katana. Here the Suzuki SV650 is simply the best in terms of durability and livability, and this model is really worth buying even if it is used for a long time. Yamaha MT-07, which stands out for its practicality and it's not burdened with many and complicated electronic systems, and that is what makes the bike amazingly durable. Yes, it has some problems, but with proper operation it remains a really tireless motorcycle. Simplicity is its hallmark. The rest of Yamaha's MT series, such as MT-9 and its SP version, as well as MT-10 and MT-10 SP Heroine and even XSR 900. In the form of these specific bikes, we are dealing with a completely different level of technology, and it's logical that if they have problems, it is quite expensive to solve these problems. Kawasaki Z650, and this is the bike I learned to ride. It is a very reliable and of high quality. I will say this with a full responsibility, and it is even more reliable than Z400. In general, Kawasaki is very high quality in its hyper naked style bikes, and by the way, the Ninja series models too, but I'm not talking about sports bikes here. In a word, the Kawasaki Z650 is the only model that I would buy at the first opportunity. Harley-Davidson Low Rider ST, which I will not be ashamed to say that this model still keeps the brand's reputation. Yes, it's not superstar compared to Breakout, Fatboy, Sportster and even Fat Bob, but here in the Low Rider ST, Harley has put its secret weapon that only Low Rider ST owners know about it. As for Harley-Davidson, it has already released its 120 years anniversary models, which technically are absolutely the same as those in serial production, and also presents completely new motorcycles to the world. Harley X440, X350 and also X500, which were developed for Asia and Indian markets. I doubt anyone in United States will buy these models, let alone the latest Harley EDT 600R electric bikes. There is nothing American about them. I want to impair the fact that this year KTM is somehow in the shadows. I don't know why this happened, but the fact is that KTM is no longer on many famous and top lists, but they completely updated their motorcycle models with their own engines, and the 890 Duke R is no exception. I can confidently say 890 Duke R is one of the best middleweight naked bikes out there. Yes, it's very high quality and very durable, and yes, its withstands very heavy loads and wears it down. Compared to KTM's completely uncompromising and off-roader adventure bikes, this naked motorcycle has exactly that quality.